Welcome back, dear friends. Boy, oh boy, are things just getting crazier and crazier. Things apparently are appearing much larger in the sky. Things are merging together. And of course, the government and media are boohoo whining and crying. There's nothing to see here, folks. We don't know what they are, but there's nothing to be afraid of. We're going to check out two separate compilations tonight, which should cover everything. The first being Masan TV. And then, of course, we're going to go to my dear friends at Third Phase of Moon. So let's start with this one first. We literally have stuff in other states now, including Colorado, Chicago. Um, we already know about Ohio, New York, clearly New Jersey. You already saw this one, so I'll just let it play because this is the next one that's kind of interesting. Obviously, since even when they have somebody speaking English in this, it's dubbed in Espanol. But I did do my research and watch this entire thing with English subtitles to tell you when there's a point in a moment, you'll see someone speaking. And since you're not going to be able to hear what he says and I can't find it in English for you, I will just tell you essentially what happened and we'll just get past that. This next one is what I wanted you to see. What does this remind you of, folks? This is, look, Texas, literally less than 48 hours ago. Less than 48 hours ago. And it looks like a TR3B, except we're not seeing, the object, the light in the middle. I mean, do you really think this is three orbs? I guess it could be, but I kind of see the outline of a triangle. I mean, I do, and they are traveling very perpendicular. This is gnarly. Okay, explain to me what this is, friends. This is New Jersey. Clearly, these are not drones right here. No drone is so translucent like this. How the hell are they flying? I mean, do you guys know of any natural phenomenon that can do this? Again, all we hear from the government is crickets, and then they get on the media and boohoo, whine, and crying that we're all crazy for seeing stars and drones. They say 5,000 incidents have occurred, but fewer than 100 are actually unknown. Yeah, okay, they're so full of it. This is clearly a different angle of the same example. The Mason actually described this as a freeway of lights in the sky above. Because look, they seem to be following some sort of flight path. But what the hell is this? When I first saw Long Beach, I was like, hey, Long Beach, California, I'm not that far from it here in LA. But no, this is Long Beach, New Jersey. Now, look, you see like it has a plane on the upper right. Maybe that is one of our drones. But what the hell are these? Now, I'm sure you guys heard the most recent, probably BS explanation is that the Chinese farmland. China owns a ton of farmland, which is so stupid that we sell it to other countries, but whatever. They are launching drones from there. But that doesn't explain half of these things that are clearly not drones. What I gather is that we are sending drones up to monitor these orbs. What do you think about this one? You know what? It just said this was a couple days ago, but if you recall, I showed you one exactly like that a few weeks ago. And I believe it was Maryland at the time, before this really blew up. Let's just get past him speaking. Okay. I don't remember what city this one is. Obviously, this is more of a structured craft, but this could be just a drone. That one could be very well a typical plane. It's these ones that are always more interesting to me. Yeah, see, there's nothing anomalous about that at all. At all. I think that maybe it was filmed because it was in the night sky with the others. And yeah, what is that? Okay, the reason they're showing this right here is this guy went on Fox 5 in I want to say New Jersey, and he lives next to a military Air Force base. And what he said is he saw these orbs appear over the Air Force base. So he sent his hobby drone up. He charged it with a full battery. As soon as the drone got close, it just immediately fell and crashed down. He said his battery was charged at 100%. The drone was flying for less than 3 minutes. This goes in line to what I talked about in a couple of videos ago when I said that they're messing with electronic equipment. So there's no point in seeing that because you can't hear it unless you want to hear it in Espanol. What the hell is going on, people? Now, again, you guys are leaving me amazing comments. I'm hearing so many of you that are getting telepathic messages. So many of you that are talking about your own sightings of these things. Some of you even talked about them that have not been reported yet in certain cities. So please keep it up because I do read everything. I do try my best to respond to all of them. Sometimes I'm later to respond to others, but I do read them all. I promise that. I'm sure you noticed I have responded to quite a few too. Let's get past this. Come on. I'm sorry, folks. Okay. Again, back to what we saw with that triangle. Now, wait till we get to the third phase of moon footage because actually I think there's some even crazier stuff we're going to see there. Okay. I know what's happening right now. He is actually just recapping what we just saw. So let's get to the crazier stuff. Again, look, the camera's broken, folks. See, I unlocked the camera and a green screen only pops up, but it's not using me. So if you're wondering why I'm not visible, there's your answer, dear friends. Okay, here we go. This is a much longer video. Is this the one in Chicago? I'm not sure. Yeah, this person is thinking that these things could be carrying bombs. Now, of course, we do know that drones attached with explosives have been used in the Middle East as recently as this whole thing that's been going on with Israel and Gaza. The Houthis in um, what's that country? Come on, not Lebanon. Yemen are firing these drones at our warships and bases, and fortunately haven't killed anybody, but have injured some of our troops, which boggles my mind that we haven't taken action over there. You're telling me that the government wants us to believe there's nothing to worry about here? I mean, this is disgusting. These incursions should make every single person upset. Whatever happened to US being the superpower? We are a fucking joke. We are a fucking joke right now. I have two emotions as this drags on: sadness and anger. Anger because I feel humiliated. I mean, I have friends that died protecting this country in bullshit wars. And for what reason when we allow this to happen? I really hope in a few weeks things change with the new administration. I'm optimistic about that because the last 4 years have been a disgrace. We are the weakest on the world stage. We have all these wars going on that did not happen in the prior administration. It's pretty evident, of course, and other things. Now, some other theory, I don't know if you heard about this, is because of the open border and some of these drones being small, the fear is that people walked over with backpacks unchecked, and especially the gotaways. And this may very well be a coordinated terrorist attack. So, again, I don't personally believe that's the responsible for all of these things. Is that probably some of the cases that people brought drones over to do something bad? Sure, guaranteed they probably have, because we have terrorists that have crossed over under Biden's watch. I believe over 100 so far. Whatever, you can Google the number. It's not even they're not even hiding it in the media anymore about that. This is gnarly. This is in South America. I don't know what country. It's not Argentina, that I know much. Now, you guys remember the Phoenix 1997 lights, March 13th, 1997? If you see the video, it doesn't look anything like this. It looks more like 5 or 6, and part of it looks more like a flying saucer. But according to the witnesses, it was a mile long from front to each side and also wide. And it was a V. So if this is not 50 or 70, however many of these lights string together, and this is one large craft, maybe this is pretty much what they saw in Phoenix, literally almost 28 years ago, this coming March. That's insane how long ago that case was, if you think about it. There's much more crazy stuff on this one. That's why I felt the need, even though it just premiered. If you hadn't seen it, I figured I'll show it to you as well. So this is literally breaking news. Um, this footage, what you're seeing right now, this video, literally ended about 5 minutes before this is being released. So that's how quickly I'm pumping this out for you. Yeah, I mean, I'm just so sad and speechless. Now, I don't think this is drones. I don't think this is a hoax. I don't think this particular one is a hobby, anything. Military drones, if you look at the Predator drones, they have a propeller on the back because they fly like airplanes. That's why they're just basically UAVs equipped with, missiles, Predator missiles, and things like that, or Hellfire missiles. Sorry, Predator drones is what they're called, or the ISR drones, the what is it called? Intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance drones. You've seen them, 10, 12 feet long, sometimes longer, with wings and propeller on the back. They don't hover like a hobby drone. Now, does military have drones that are quadcopters? Absolutely. But the breaking news is that these things are starting to be bigger and bigger. They went from cars to SUVs. Well, first they went from small to cars to SUVs to now I hear as big as buses. Yes, people are reporting these things as large as buses. But the most interesting is the ones that look like orbs, especially the translucent ones. It's just so mind-boggling. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward this. You probably saw that one enough. Now, we all know of UFO cases when a UFO is spotted, it'll actually turn its spotlight on towards the people that are there. It's happened many times. Is that what's happening here? I mean, look, it looks like it's looking for something, and it looks like that light is changing direction. Apparently, that's not just a creepy guy, that's a cop telling them to leave, which begs the question, why the hell is a police officer telling you to leave from public property? They're not inside a military base. Maybe that cop actually knows this is a military drone that was just doing some reconnaissance. I don't know, but that was a kind of weird encounter. Very weird encounter. Okay, we'll get to the next one. And I promise I'll keep it short because there's a couple more that I think are relevant that you have not seen. Yeah, this is more of the same one that you just saw. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're saying the same again. I don't know why it's prolonging this. Okay, this. What do you guys think this is? Now, Um, what I was told is we're not looking at four different objects, we're looking at one structured craft. And how many times have you heard of a UFO that looked like this with multicolored lights that were actually in pretty much the same? Yeah, that is just weird. But why are they using our FAA lights? That is just the mind-blowing thing. And apparently, part of the reason this was filmed is because this is so massive. I definitely bigger than a bus, bigger than a Boeing 747. I wish I knew the exact dimensions of what they saw. It'd be great if this was an HD or 4K so we could actually really zoom in and really see the shape of this. But yeah, that's the unfortunate part, especially if you have a crappy phone camera. If you have a high edge iPhone, one of the newer ones, and a pro model, you're gonna have a good camera. But if you get like one of those free crappy phones, those free smart ones they try to give you, in front of grocery stores or wherever, T-Mobile, whatever, just they suck. So if you don't have a good camera, at least invest in one, in a good phone. That way you have a good camera attached to that. Okay, I know there was at least one or two more I wanted you guys to see here. Look at that. What the hell is it doing? Now, is that just because of the light reflecting and it makes it look like a laser? Or is this thing, wait a minute, is a laser being shot from the ground up and hitting this? Or is this light shooting beams of light or laser out? What do you guys think? Wow. Yeah, this is too bonkers, the stuff that they've been allowing to happen. Apparently, aside from just that drone running out of battery, what I also hear, and remember, I already told you, if you guys want to hear the radio stations when people are listening to the radio as they approach these and they hear the weird noises, including what hears like possibly weird voices, let me know and I will put that in the next video. But a lot of, like I said, the GPS is altered. Apparently, none of our technology that could shoot down drones or shut down their electricity, like an EMP, they are rendered inoperable when it comes to these lights, which really the statement was that no human technology can affect these things in the sky. So, does China have something so advanced that we cannot do anything about it? Or Is this something else, something interdimensional, something from the future, something from another planet? Now, a couple theories that I've said in the last several years. One is that ever since CERN started messing around with black holes, we apparently obviously allowed things to start coming in, even though some of those black holes were open for a fraction of a millisecond. That's enough time to create a portal and possibly open something bigger that we're unaware of. Another thing, I don't know if you guys heard this. So these quantum computer that we have that can solve a 10,000-year-old a math question that would take 10,000 years plus to solve in seconds or a minute or something insane. Apparently what it's doing, I hope I framed this correctly and correct me if I'm not. It's pulling different outcomes from different dimensions. So is that the fact that our computer, our quantum computer is literally, you know, interacting with multiple universes at the same time, multiverses, multiple dimensions. Are we somehow bleeding things into this dimension, into another? Or is it like Whitley Strieber and others have said, this is a warning? Someone I interviewed years ago, Chris Bledsoe, who I'll bring back soon, I promise, said that these things are not going to go away. They're basically the visitors trying to elicit, I guess, disclosure. I mean, after all, I think the world can handle it at this point. 20 years ago, you asked people, and it was about 50-50. Go back to the 80s, and you were laughed at. Even 10, 15 years ago, you were kind of mocked if you believed in aliens. Now, most of the world believes we're not alone, and most of the world believes we've been visited. When I say most, more than half. Now, what the hell is this, guys and gals? Now, how many of you watching have actually seen any of these videos I'm showing you tonight in person? I would love to know. And also, if you've ever seen something similar to any of these videos tonight in the past, I also want to know that story. Let's see. Okay. And after this, I'm going to shut it off because all that's going to happen is we are going to see. Yeah, see, we're going to go back to the others. Well, that is it. Like I said, you have the government boohoo whining and crying, telling you not to worry, when I think we should be worried about the stupidity of the people in charge. And, if they are drones like they say, then let's shoot them down. But if they're not, just admit it, for God's sakes. Stop treating us like we're, incompetent children. I don't think people want to be lied to. The government is the trust of government is an all-time low. Same thing with the media, for good reason. All they've done is lie. And I think we're fed up. I know I am. You heard me curse throughout this because I am pretty fucking fed up. With that being said, friends, keep your eyes in the sky. Please capture amazing stuff with a reference point and keep up the great comments. And I will catch you on the flip side.